She leaves, then finds Mephisto on the way out sitting at the same booth in the same spot where he made the original bargain with Parker, and the mutual acquaintances that they both know that he mentions are Parker and possibly some other Marvel characters out there. Like, they imply that Mephisto's already made some deals with characters that we know, but were not on this series. You can let me know who you think that winds up being. I do not think that's meant to be a Spider-Man Brand New Day reference or anything like that, though. There's a bunch of references here. He makes a Transformers reference. I think the t-shirt that he's wearing depicts a demon. It's another like Mephisto Sly reference. There's just like a lot of references to who he actually is until he says it later. Claims he's been watching her for a while, also because he looks for the easy marks, the people who are more willing to sell their souls to him. There's a brief moment where he's stirring his drink here. You can actually see his actual reflection, his actual depiction looks more comic book-like in the reflection on his spoon. When he mentions her building something iconic, it just sounds like he might try to use her to build a device that will help him take over the MCU dimension in a more efficient way. Makes a couple of jokes about Dormammu, calling him small potatoes compared to his power, and that is relatively true. He is meant to be more powerful than Dormammu. And because of funny word play, the way that Mephisto just works in general, selling your soul to the devil, she asks to bring Natalie back, but doesn't specify that it's the AI, and he talks about death being difficult, but not impossible. She makes the deal, sells her soul, then goes home, all seems well, like she's not really thinking about it that much, and tries to refine a better Mark V Ironheart suit, like this is meant to be her next suit that she's mapping out here on the whiteboard. As we see Natalie come back, but if it wasn't clear, like I said, this is the real, original Natalie before she died, just brought back in adult form. That's why she's confused about all the AI talk, like, why are you making Star Trek references?
Death is difficult.
You have to remember, Mephisto said death is difficult, but not impossible. That's just because death is just the beginning in the MCU. When you die, based on what they say during Moon Knight, your consciousness just transfers to an alternate plane of existence, an alternate dimension. So essentially, that's what Mephisto has done, like he's just plucked Natalie from another dimension and put her back in the MCU dimension, the same way that Moon Knight came back to life by just coming back to the MCU dimension. As she hugs Natalie, a fresh magical scar across her arm appears just like on the hood, slowly turning Riri Williams into a demon, implying that it's just going to get worse as we see her come back in future Marvel productions.